The topography here is rugged mountains, we have hills, and a lot of forestry.
Our biggest challenge up here is the terrain that we deal with.
Just about all of Nevada County is high fire danger. Being in Northern California with our mountainous terrain, we're in the wildland.
Obviously, people can always be dangerous, but Mother Nature up here can be pretty dangerous.
The Nevada County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help to find a missing person, 24-year-old Esmeralda Marie Pineda.
Esmeralda Pineda vanished from a campsite in Nevada City.
She was last seen near a mining camp near the Middle Fork of the Yuba River and Sweetland Creek in Nevada City.
The Sheriff's Office says she is considered at risk because of her personal history and the treacherous terrain that she was last seen at.
Pineda had been camping down in the canyon by the Middle Yuba River with 3 of her friends. The morning of the 26th, her friends say when they woke up, she was gone.
We have a small dirt road that will take us the majority of the way down to the river at the staging location. We'll have a turnaround down here, and then we'll be deploying teams in from that point. It's a crude trail and it gets very steep down there. So we're just going to be trying to establish their last known location and do a quick hasty of the trail system and the camping location that they had down there. Let's hit that trail and get feet on the ground out there.
I grew up in a family where my father was in law enforcement here at our sheriff's office, as well as the chief of police in one of the small cities in our jurisdiction, the city of Nevada City. So growing up, having a dad in law enforcement, I kind of went towards that route. After high school, I really didn't have a plan. And at the time, the sheriff of our county had talked to my dad, who had retired, and said, hey, we're going to be building a new jail, and we're going to need a lot of female correctional officers. So if your daughter doesn't have anything planned, why don't you tell her to come down to apply? And I did. In that 35 years, it's been an incredible journey. I think it was a great stepping stone for me to start in corrections. Put myself through a police academy in Sacramento, so I traveled to Sacramento to do that while I was working full-time, and was fortunate enough to get a deputy sheriff position here at our office. So the 35 years that I've spent in law enforcement have all been at the Nevada County Sheriff's Office. Was fortunate enough to put my name in for promotion and became the first female sergeant. Shortly thereafter, the first female lieutenant, and then the first female captain.
Just like her father, Moon is all about her community, and that community elected her their first female sheriff, making her California's first openly gay sheriff.
Instead of saying, why me, I said, why not me?
The date was January 10th, 2001. Laura Wilcox was home for winter break, hoping to earn some extra money. She was working as a receptionist at the Nevada County Department of Behavioral Health. Scott Thorpe had an appointment. Laura was familiar with him. But this time, Thorpe had a 9mm handgun and started shooting.
So I went to homicide school. Within a few months, that homicide occurred, multiple mass shooting. My supervisor came to me and he said, Shannon, you're going to be the lead detective. You know, lots of responsibility, knowing that you're in charge of that case. We had a gentleman that was not taking his mental health medication, and he went on a shooting rampage.
Tomorrow, our County Board of Supervisors will vote on whether or not to implement Laura's Law.
A major aim is to provide aggressive treatment for those existing laws miss. People who may not have committed a crime, yet have a history of prior hospitalization and appear to be on a downward spiral.
Lots of counties throughout the state are doing that now. That all originated from that call. It's been pretty incredible to see the change in just that building, again, that genuine relationship with our community on what we're here for. We're here to help. It did change my perspective on a lot of things that day.
I was the youngest one in my academy, and I spent 15 years at San Jose Police Department. Absolutely love it there. Great agency. I had a great time. Most of my career there was spent on patrol, and I did a lot of years as a field training officer there.
When King 31 took a case at Golden Star Road for report of George Cannon.
Ryan Agamau came to us a few years ago. He told me that he really wanted to raise his family here. He didn't want to raise his family in the city, and he really wanted to get into the agricultural part of Nevada County.
You know, it was a little nerve-wracking coming to a small rural agency from a large metropolitan city. Have had a great experience here with Nevada County. It's been a great ride, it's been a fun run, and everyone I work with has just been absolutely fabulous.
That's all I have. Be safe. If you need anything, get a hold of me. It's time. You know, I look back and, you know, I probably was a little more reckless or didn't think things through as much as I definitely do now. But once the kids came into my life, my world changed and they became my priority. And so that obviously helped mature me as a person and made me really analyze and think about every move I make and everything I do out here, because I want to make sure I come home to my wife and kids every single day. And so it does contribute to the decision-making factor out here. How can we slow this down? How can we make this safer, not only for me, but for my other deputies that work for me that also have families?
So I started off wanting to be a dentist and have family and family friends that are in law enforcement. They're telling me, knowing me, that they're like, I don't know if you're gonna be happy working in an office. And so I decided to change career paths, listening to family and thinking like, yeah, I think they're right.
I supervise Damien. I call him the East Side Commander. He does it all. He is a phenomenal deputy. He works up in our truckie division all by himself. He'll talk your head off if you let him, but he also has a big heart, and he's a hard worker. And when you give him a mission, he'll complete that mission.
He's a character. He will make friends with anybody. He has no problem just getting in and doing a job and doing it well. He always wants to represent the best of law enforcement.
So being on SWAT, search and rescue, dive, working boats, OHV, doing civil, animal control, coroner, is all things that the community wants from law enforcement.
In our agency, you move around quite a bit and you have to be able to adapt.
Being in law enforcement, I really feel a part of this community. We're all a very tight-knit group within the community, so we all work very well together. We have a high quality of life up here.
Our search and rescue personnel are just top-notch. I consider them the best in the state. And the fact that they do this on a volunteer basis and the amount of training and the work, they're always there. It's endless of what they can do.
Huge community of volunteerism, nonprofits flourish in Nevada County. It's pretty amazing to see that the work that gets done in a small agency that does have resource issues with staffing.
Honestly, I think they are a class by themselves. The backbone of search and rescue are the volunteers.
So the volunteers for the Nevada County Sheriff's Office are crucial to our workings. They volunteer their time, they give so much to the community and our agency. They step away from their families on a whim's notice. Sometimes they're coming in at noon and sometimes they're coming in at midnight.
So I was a criminal defense attorney for 25 years and I got breast cancer and did all the treatment for like 4 years, and my brain, I don't feel like it was the same to be able to go back to doing the kind of law I was doing. So I retired and I was still very physically active and I wanted to do something, and I always thought working with a dog would be amazing. And so search and rescue just fit the bill perfectly.
They care so much about our community. They're out here trying to save people's lives. We're not just putting any regular volunteer in there. They're highly trained and specialize in the terrain that they're going in to try and stay safe.
The Nevada County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help to find a missing person. 24-year-old Esmeralda Marie Pineda. Deputies say she is from Sacramento and she may be trying to return to this region.
24-year-old Pineda had gone camping with her dad and 2 friends at a mining camp. The morning of the 26th,
Her friends say when they woke up, she was gone.
We have a small dirt road that will take us the majority of the way down to the river at this staging location. We'll have a turnaround down here, and then we'll be deploying teams in from that point. It's a crude trail and it gets very steep down there. So we're just going to be trying to establish their last known location and do a quick hasty of the trail system and the camping location that they had down there. We have the obvious concerns. We have rattlesnakes, moderate poison oak down there, and the steepness of the terrain. Call was made to me asking for search and rescue to be activated. The hazard mitigation that we had to put in place for this one, due to the area, there can be a high crime rate, unknowing on what type of people are located in this destination. We always want to keep searcher safety. The river systems in our county are run through canyons that have very steep canyon walls on them, and it can be tricky to get down to the river's edge to conduct those searches. We didn't gather any additional information. We continued our search efforts throughout the day and suspended them for the nighttime hours, again, just due to the terrain. We don't want someone slipping and falling off the trail. Started our search back up again the next day. It's so hot that we almost had heat exhaustion from completing this search. We deployed back up into the area same night and then had to hike through the brush the remainder half mile to make it to where this heat signature was located. And we ended up hiking right into the middle of a cartel grow out on the side of a mountainside. Several days later, myself and another deputy were patrolling the area on a side-by-side, and we actually ended up locating Esmeralda at the top of a mountainside just south of the river.
Relief in Nevada County over the news that 24-year-old Esmeralda Pineda has been found safe after being stranded in the wilderness for 12 days. They say Pineda was lying under a structure on top of a canyon in a small clearing, and they noticed her only after she sat up and looked in their direction. When they got to her, she was severely dehydrated and emaciated.
So we immediately called for an air evac to transport her to the nearest hospital.
Sergeant Moe and Deputy Mackey, they were definitely impacted, seeing how the worst shape she was in, but the fact that they found her probably changed their perspectives. A lot of times when we're doing our searches, after that amount of time, we find a deceased person. And such a great feeling when you're able to truly save someone's life. And they saved her life by continuing to search, by not giving up.
It's just overwhelmed with joy that we were able to locate Esmeralda, and I was shocked almost that she was still alive and had withstood that much time out in the elements. It's always amazing when you find someone, you locate them, and you rescue them, and it's rewarding.
There's nothing better than knowing that you have that trust in a community and law enforcement, because we are here to help. And not every agency, not every community feels that way about their law enforcement.
The community of Nevada County is amazing. People up here are just great. They're very supportive of the sheriff's office and of each other. Everyone gets along and strives for the better good out of everything.
We can't do this without the community. It's a symbiotic relationship between community, but it's more than that. Ultimately, our job is to ensure a good quality of life through law, through mediation. So that is our role.
I have never felt so much support from a community being in this profession my entire life until I came up here. Knowing that we're making a difference. So when I get up in the morning, I know that no matter what we're going to deal with, we're going to have that support from the community.
It takes a special person to work in a rural environment, and the folks that are here, we solve lots of crimes. We handle entire community evacuations, search and rescue missions, and their resiliency of handling the biggest calls to the smallest calls and making sure that those outcomes are great for our community members. You just feel this great sense of value. I don't know as if you could get in any other job.